Welcome to this end of year reflection. Thanks for taking the time. Thank yourself for investing this time in yourself to take a pause and reflect back on the previous year. Now let's start by really arriving here in this present moment. I hope you brought something, a journal to write for yourself, because this is going to be an interactive session. So before you rush back into the new year, it's always good to look back and see what were the lessons that I learned during the last year? What is it that I need to leave behind? And how can I move forward? But to set yourself up for success, let's do a quick guided visualization to have you fully arrive here in the moment. So sit back, close your eyes, relax. Make sure both feet are flat on the floor. Open your hands on your lap with your palms facing upward. Now take a nice deep breath in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. And on the exhale, release any tension that you might feel in your body. Take a nice deep inhale. Now try to make the exhale longer than the inhale. And leave any worries of the day behind. And feel how your body is starting to relax and how you're sinking more into the chair where you're sitting. Now make another deep inhale. And set the intention for yourself for this reflection session. And relax. Feel how you're totally relaxed and totally present in the moment. We're going to go through a series of questions to guide this reflection. And I'm giving you just like a minute to answer the questions. You can always go back and take a bit longer, but it's often the first thing that pops into your mind that is most relevant for you to know right now. And the benefits of letting go is it's going to help gain clarity on understanding what it was that was significant in your life during the last year. Letting go of some resentment or regrets or maybe self-judgment is an act of compassion and self-love. It helps you heal and helps you be open to the new. Creating space through releasing any emotional, mental clutter opens a door and opens you up to invite in new opportunities and can help you set the tone for the new year. I love this picture and the quote to say, the more you reflect, the more you learn. So now let's begin. What are the 3 most significant achievements for you during the past year? And now think about if you've taken the time as well to celebrate those achievements. And let me put on some nice music while you take the time to write them down. Now moving on to the next. How have you grown? And think of this in the dimensions of growing personally emotionally, and spiritually during the last year? And what challenges did you overcome? And even more importantly, what did you learn from those challenges? Which relationships added the most joy and meaning to your life this year? I always love this one. And what I love to do as well afterwards is let those people know how they impacted my life. What were those events? What did we do? Who were they with? Sometimes we take them for granted, but it's nice to acknowledge those people in your life. So write them down and maybe write down the action that you want to take. And now on, and be brutally honest with yourself. How did you prioritize your mental and physical health during the last year? Think back to if you had any intentions that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. And did you follow through? And if yes, celebrate. If a little or not, what is it that you need to do next year to be able to say, yes, I did it, and celebrate? We just passed the first section. This is a picture and a photo shoot I did where I really had to step out of my comfort zone. So that was one of my achievements during the last year. Now let's move on to what were your most fulfilling moments, and especially why were they so meaningful to you? Moving on to the next one. Loving this one as well. The ones who follow me regularly know that I am a great believer of routines. So which habits or routines positively impacted your life? And especially during the last year. In my daily routine, I'm very lucky that I have Zoe and Luna, my two golden retriever dogs, that wake me up every morning and invite me to go to the beach with them, where I also try to do my exercises if the weather allows it. And otherwise, I put my yoga mat like in the middle of the room so that I see it and gives me a visual reminder that I set myself the intention to do the yoga every day. And let yourself also briefly think to maybe new habits that you would like to implement in the new year and what strategies can help you to follow through. Now let's go to which new skills or knowledge did you gain during the last year? And this can be reading a book, listening to a podcast, having followed a course, watching tutorials on YouTube. How did you invest in yourself by gaining a new skill? And maybe think of, have you any plans for the next year? And you can also think in that of percentage of time. How much time did you invest? I was on the Mind Valley training this year where it says like 10% of every week you should invest in learning some new skills. This is one where you really look yourself in the mirror and be brutally honest. Were there any opportunities that you missed? And then you also look at how can you prepare to seize similar opportunities in the future? Was there anything that was holding you back? Is there anything that you need to address? So to make sure that if that opportunity comes by in a different shape or form next year, that you are ready to seize that opportunity. And I'm always a firm believer, like if something's meant to happen, the universe will give you another opportunity to do that. This also leads us into what limiting beliefs or fears held me back during this year. And this is a powerful question. So this can be one that you maybe write down in a separate part of your journals and that you revisit and give some more thought to as well. Now, how did you step out of your comfort zone and what was the result? And it's actually, you have your comfort zone, so that's your safe zone. Then you have the growth zone. As soon as you step into the growth zone, that's learning a new skill and daring to do something different before you come into the zone where you feel some of the anxiety. Loving this question. So, what was your biggest success this year? And how did you celebrate that success for yourself? Celebrating your successes is also a big lesson in self-care and compassion for yourself. Instead of directly looking at what's the next thing that you want to achieve, take a moment to really appreciate what successes and lessons you have taken on board during the last year. Now, how did you contribute to your community, or how did you help others? And how did that make you feel? Do you already have plans to do something like that next year? Do you want to do the same amount, or do you maybe even want to do more? And how are you planning that in to your year plan for next year? And maybe into your goals, to your roadmap. As we move on to the next question, what activities or practices made you feel most alive and present in the moment? Was it giving a TED talk, being on stage, giving a presentation, or was it spending time with your family, spending time in nature, or spending time with your pets? Really tap into how did that make you feel? How did that give you energy? And again, how can you invite even more of that into your life for next year? And in which ways did you connect to your purpose and to your passion? Are you even aware of what your purpose is? Or is that still some work that you need to do? Because having a very clear purpose can help as a compass, can help you make decisions and can really help you focus. Let's look at the next question. How did you handle unexpected changes or challenges? And how compassionate were you with yourself? when these changes or challenges arose. And it's always good to have a plan. Again, it helps you focus, it gives you direction. And it's how we deal with those unexpected challenges. How resilient are we? How creative are we? That really define our success in the end. And it's a skill you can definitely learn. What are you most proud of leaving behind? What is something that you created? Article, a presentation, an artwork, like a painting or a piece of music. What are you most proud of? And really take a moment to let that sink in and feel where that feeling is in your body. We have 3 more questions to go. What moments made you laugh the hardest and made you feel the most joy? Think of where were you? Who were you with? Is there a specific sound or smell that's connected to these moments? Take a mental snapshot of that moment. Having these mental snapshots will help you connect back into that moment of feeling joy when you need it. Have you ever heard that smiling and laughing is actually very good medicine? Helps release the oxytocin and gets you in a better mood. Now think of the one thing that you would like to carry forward into the next year. And think of how you're going to do that. And again, ensure that it's included in your roadmap. If you're creating a roadmap ready for next year, a thing I highly recommend. And I say here one thing, of course. If it's more than one, you can write down more and carry more over. How have your values been reflected in your decisions during the last year? And again, in this question, I am assuming that you have already knowledge of what your core values are. If not, check out my website for the resources where you can find out your core values, as again, they will serve as a compass when you make certain decisions, take certain actions, and when you lead a life aligned to your values, you will be much more in flow and things will cost you less energy. So you have more energy to spend on the things that you love to do and you live life on your terms. That was the last question. Great job. Celebrate this accomplishment. Just a short wrap up for yourself. Look at what you learned, what you need to adjust moving forward. And as a final step, I encourage you to share this with someone who supports your growth or in a community of like-minded individuals. Accountability is one of the best tools for personal development and growth. Thank you for joining me for this reflection of the previous year. If you'd like to join us for setting up indeed the roadmap for the next year in Accelerate Your Change, sign up on the website or send me an email. Again, thank yourself for taking this time and doing this exercise. Wishing you lovely Christmas, lovely holidays, a lovely ending of the year and a great start in the new year. Hope to see you again soon. Wishing you all the best. You've got this. Until next time.